Whatever Smeg is, he's not friendly, and Rupert seems to be an extension of his intent. You might also want to consider that if Smeg is the theater and both Greg and Alan are inside that theater, it would mean the giant eye looking through the sliding glass door belongs to Smeg. After all, Smeg was the doorman when Rupert first appeared, and Greg doesn't remember making him. There's even more evidence of Rupert's true intentions and his campaign of terror against Alan on the official Fim Flam Philosophy channel. The Alan Hour playlist specifically is where you'll want to go. Be sure to watch for Smeg's role in each episode regardless of whether or not Rupert appears. Something is certainly going on here, and it's only just begun. The greatest peculiarity in Rupert's existence comes from the tongue-in-cheek humor he brings with him. As creepy as he is, maybe this puppet and its true operator want to capture the power Greg and Alan have over their viewers: laughter. The attention and love they receive from their fans for their comedy has got to produce at least a small bit of jealousy in the sea of Smeg's anger. After all, they say laughter is the greatest kind of medicine. Funny heals the broken heart. Giggles help the blind to see, and chuckles make the lame walk. A good joke or fantastic prank, a really good one, can even bring the dead back to life. What, you don't believe me? Well, keep your voice down. Don't let anyone hear you saying that out loud. Especially him. Yeah, McLafferson. You know what happens if you're a killjoy in public when he's around. What, you've never heard of Laffy? Come on, everybody knows Laffy McLafferson. His show's been on for decades. Laugh is fun? What, you don't know that one? How about Laugh is Life? It's called Laugh is Life in some countries. No? Not ringing a bell? Well, damn. I guess we've just got to give you a crash course, huh? SCP-2030 is unlike any clip compilation show you've ever seen. VHS, DVD, rental boxes, file-sharing sites, streaming sites. The show is everywhere, and at the same time, nowhere at all. Normally appearing under the title Laugh is Fun, the show may also bill itself as Laugh is Life and Laugh is Laugh. It's been produced in box sets and single collections physically with cover art that disguises itself as other television shows. Real shows that have actually been on the air. Laugh is Fun does not officially exist. There are no records of the show ever being broadcast on television, and none of the personnel can be hunted down. The studio that produces the show is also a mystery, and the SCP Foundation has made it an extremely high-level priority to find out where it's being made and shut it down. Although collections provide evidence that SCP-2030 has only been active since 1993, several online sources claim it's existed for 38 straight seasons and has been ongoing since 1976. Laugh is Fun is a hidden camera prank show with each episode running about 10 to 12 minutes long and apparently having a connected intro and outro. The host of the show, Laffy McLafferson as he refers to himself, wears a blue three-piece suit with black and white wingtip shoes and has never shown his face on camera. Camera angles make it impossible to see this man, but he is in every single episode, and his sudden appearance always brings immediate ease to victims of his practical jokes, no matter what they've just gone through. Many of these people even seem to know who he is, and several claim to be fans of his show. Laffy opens every episode with an intro piece about a specific theme they'll be going for in their pranks. He stands on top of a bright yellow stage decorated with geometric shapes of various colors and delivers a similar speech at the end of each program to close out the show. The final scene of every episode involves the camera turning to reveal the audience, which is usually made up of victims from that episode. The words, filmed in front of a studio audience, created in partnership with YWTGTHFT appears in white text. Investigations into the audience members and prank victims reveal that each and every single one is real, and they all are officially documented as having died or gone missing in the year they appeared on the program. Those who had funerals were ordered to be exhumed upon this discovery. Opening each casket revealed there was no body to be examined. Each and every person on the show is missing regardless of their official status. Further investigation reveals several deaths were fabricated and many of the disappearances covered up. Pranks from the episodes have been documented, giving us a look into the show's nature. Laffy McLafferson, the host, is to be referred to in the following documents as SCP-2030-1. Season 24, Year 2000. Episode theme, Swelling. Individuals involved, Macy Gershom and Kyle Parker, killed by a hit-and-run driver on 9/18/2000. An elderly woman sits on a park bench feeding nearby pigeons with seed from a bag. Gershom and Parker, a couple, walk down a park path and approach the woman. Once the two come within approximately 1.5 meters of the elderly woman, a swarm of pigeons fly into the elderly woman's mouth, causing her stomach to become severely engorged and quickly rupture. The couple express great distress at the event until SCP-2030-1 emerges from the elderly woman's open stomach cavity, at which point Gershom and Parker appear relieved. Season 21 from 1997. Episode theme, Margaret Thatcher. Individuals involved, Doris Carter, died of ovarian cancer on 2/24/97. Mrs. Carter walks into her kitchen and opens a cabinet door, out of which falls a large mass of flesh. As Carter screams, the mass grows and shapes itself into a severely disproportional facsimile of former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom Margaret Thatcher, with its head twice as large as its torso. Carter rushes to leave the room, but the Thatcher creature leaps onto her before she can escape. It extends its tongue into the woman's open mouth, and Thatcher faces of various sizes begin appearing across Carter's skin. The faces proceed to recite Thatcher's April 1986 speech on the bombing of Libya in perfect unison. SCP-2030-1 climbs out of a nearby cupboard and points to the hidden cameras. Mrs. Carter smiles, the creature's tongue still extended down her throat. Season 13 from 1989. Episode theme, Squirrels. Individuals involved, Melissa and Travis England. Disappeared, last seen 5/12/89. Mrs. England lies in bed next to a male figure, presumably Mr. England. A series of high-pitched squeaking noises are heard and Mrs. England is awakened. She tells her husband to wake up, but he does not respond. She places her hand on his shoulder but quickly draws it back with a shriek. His skin begins to undulate as though something is moving underneath. A multitude of squirrels then burst from various places on his body, quickly filling the bed and crawling onto the woman. She rises to leave the room, but SCP-2030-1 walks in and turns on the light. He is accompanied by Mr. England, who has been skinned from head to foot but gives no indication of feeling any discomfort. All three share a laugh and the segment ends. Season 13 from 1989. Tracheotomies. Gary Turman, Lindsay Turman, and their children died in a vehicular accident on 4/28/89. The four sit around a dinner table eating a meal. Mr. Turman begins coughing and gasping for air as if choking. As the others at the table begin to panic, a pair of slits appear on Turman's throat, allowing him to breathe. These slits quickly become nostrils, which rapidly grow into a full nose, which in turn becomes an entire second head identical to Turman's original. This second head then sprouts a neck of its own, and the entire process repeats. This continues until 18 necks and heads have sprouted from the original, at which point SCP-2030-1 steps out from underneath the table. Everyone present erupts into raucous laughter, including all 19 of Mr. Turman's heads. Season 37 from 2013. Cephalopods. Rebecca Nash, surgeons unidentified, died of complications in child delivery on 11/2/13. Hospital records show no evidence of anomalous activity during birth. A team of obstetricians perform a cesarean section procedure on Miss Nash, who is in labor. The team comment on the size of the child's cranium and the amount of hair present on it. Several minutes into the procedure, a doctor makes an exclamation of surprise and drops an instrument on the floor. Muffled vocalizations can be heard in the background. The rest of the staff begin to panic as the head emerges unassisted from Nash, causing her a great deal of pain. The child's head can be seen to resemble that of American television presenter Ryan Seacrest. The child sings "Row, row, row your boat" in a female voice as it continues to exit the mother. As more of its form emerges, the child can be seen to have the body of a fully grown octopus. Once the child fully exits Nash's body, it continues to sing as another head begins to emerge. 3 more children are produced in total, with the heads of celebrities Jack Nicholson, Johnny Cash, and Martin Freeman, respectively, all with similar octopus bodies. Together, the four sing "Row, row, row your boat" in 4-part harmony. SCP-2030-1 walks into the room and the show's jingle plays. SCP-2031 points to the hidden cameras in the room, prompting the obstetricians and Nash to begin laughing. The creatures on Nash's torso continue to sing. Nash then loses consciousness, presumably from blood loss. The following is a transcription of a typical speech delivered by SCP-2031 during one of the show's closing segments. Season 32 from 2008. Printers.
Ha!
What a ride, eh, folks? We've seen printers that eat, eaters that print, and everything in between. Makes you appreciate the old clunker you have back in the office, doesn't it? Now, printers may not always work when you want or need them to, but they sure make for some excellent comedy. And that's what we're about here. Comedy. We're here to make you laugh. We hope you laughed. Thank you for laughing with us. That's what we're about here, doesn't it, folks? Come laugh with us again next time. And remember, laugh is fun. Good night. And laugh. And laugh. Just laugh. We love the big laugh. Make more laughter to us to for laugh. Laugh with us. 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 Laugh. 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 Let us in. Video cuts off abruptly and a black screen is displayed for 30 seconds. Laughter and soft, wet noises can be heard in the background before the program finishes. Laugh is Fun is a show that shouldn't be viewed by anyone, anywhere. But the production team sure doesn't seem to think so, and it looks like their creativity can't be contained. While Laugh is Fun seems to be geared towards more of an adult audience, another show similar to the program runs for children, and it's still being broadcasted. SCP-993 is a children's TV show called Bobble the Clown with an airing date that's been hidden from record. It appears to be an educational cartoon following the adventures of Bobble the Clown as he learns a new skill, activity, or project. Besides its content, the most disturbing aspect of the show comes from the effect it has on adult viewers. Anyone over the age of 10 will immediately fall unconscious once the program starts and remain so until it's over. A stabbing headache is reported by victims as the precursor to passing out. Children who have seen Bobble the Clown prior to interception by the SCP Foundation reported learning about cannibalism, murder, torture, and more atrocities that have been scrubbed from the public document. Upon learning of Bobble's existence, the Foundation set up a protocol to intercept, censor, and record any airings of the show for further study. Since the procedure was installed, children deemed mentally capable of viewing the program have been employed to watch new episodes. These children report back with what they've learned from Bobble before being given an immediate amnesiac to erase the memory. 6 episodes have so far been recorded and documented for study. Bobble's Kitchen Surprise. Setting of episode is a stereotypical small American town. In the episode, Bobble the Clown appears to kidnap one of the town's citizens and takes him to his home. Once there, Bobble the Clown informs the viewer on how to prepare human flesh for consumption, then proceeds to skin, gut, and cook the citizen. Bobble in the Big City. Setting of episode is a large American city, possibly New York. In the episode, Bobble the Clown instructs viewers on methods of lighting fires undetected using resources such as mosquito coils. At the end of the episode, Bobble the Clown sets fire to a large building and leaves. The picture stays on the burning building for a further 3 minutes before the episode ends. Screams are audible during this time. Bobble's Sneaky Saturday. Setting of episode appears to be London as the Elizabeth Tower housing Big Ben is visible. Bobble the Clown silently stalks a woman for most of the episode. When she arrives at her home, Bobble attacks and kills her with a large butcher knife. At the end of the episode, Bobble the Clown details methods of remaining unseen in crowded places. Bobble Gets the Truth. Setting of episode appears to be a prisoner of war camp. In the episode, Bobble the Clown tortures a captured soldier, repeatedly asking him nonsensical questions. The soldier eventually appears to die of his wounds. Bobble the Clown then details to the viewer how to inflict painful but non-lethal injuries. Bobble Hates You. Setting of episode appears to be a blank room. Bobble the Clown sits on a chair in the room, staring angrily at the viewer for the full 30 minutes of the episode. F you, f you, f you. Setting of the episode appears to be Containment Site's video archive where recordings of SCP-993 are stored. In the episode, Bobble the Clown angrily details methods of breaching containment for several SCPs. Bobble then details methods to murder researchers involved in its containment, showing detailed knowledge of their daily routines and habits. Notably, what appears to be an animated version of Dr. Black walks past Bobble halfway through the episode. A clock on the wall shows the time as 11:58 p.m. Dr. Black confirms that he was walking past SCP-993's archive at the time. While attempts to keep Laugh is Fun and Bobble the Clown off the air and well out of sight, the SCP Foundation has successfully contained a third item from malevolent beings attacking through the television. SCP-543, the Snow Tapes. 543 is a collection of several 4-hour-long VHS videotapes from many different brands and makers. The full amount of tapes and their total runtime is hidden from the public document, as are the dates and times on their labels. All of the tapes contain white noise, otherwise known as TV snow. The collection was found in a single-room apartment containing an old analog television, the kind of set with rabbit ear antennas. The TV was tuned into an empty channel between regular stations, and the entire room was filled with wires attached to the antenna. The sole occupant of the apartment, an adult male, was found dead in a chair that sat directly in front of the TV with his head inside the set. Food wrappers and evidence of human waste around the chair were mixed in with the antenna wiring that covered the room, revealing the man had stayed in this spot for days, if not weeks. He had smashed his own head through the television screen, slicing his face open on the glass before being electrocuted. Study of the wire extensions throughout the room told a story to investigators, a series of stages the man went through in his recording. At first, he had used coat hangers attached to the antenna with tape. After that, a reel of wire and duct tape which he'd bought from a local store. Spare wiring stolen from construction sites came next after the man was fired for job abandonment. And finally, he had torn through the apartment collecting every scrap of metal he could use, including bed springs and wiring from appliances around the room. In the end, the mess of wires filled the room to such a degree that there was only the space he sat in left open to walk around. The tape collection was found lined up along a wall in the apartment, with one last unlabeled tape inside the VCR. Once the Foundation brought it in for study, they elected personnel member D671 to conduct research. 671 was given a random selection of tapes viewed in chronological order with a VCR and television set of the same model as in the apartment case. A steel mesh was fitted over the screen as a precaution. In tapes made during Stage 1, 671 identified the image as unremarkable TV noise. Later, she claimed to discern an image and requested that it be tuned in. In Stage 2 tapes, instead of a two-dimensional wall of snow, 671 claimed to see a vast, three-dimensional space. She stressed the size of the space. Bigger than anything you've ever seen. Bigger than anything ever. Beginning of claustrophobic tendencies. 671 reported Stage 3 tapes as clearer and sharper. She now claimed to see things occupying the immense space. Whether they were animate or indeed whether they were entities or events is unclear. Once again, she emphasized their size, becoming agitated when interviewers did not get it. Severe claustrophobia, anxiety, and night terrors now developed. After viewing under 10 minutes of the final unlabeled tape, 671 attempted to remove the mesh over the screen, stripping 3 fingernails and breaking her nose before being restrained. 671 is now currently isolated in 4-point restraints inside the facility. She cooperates with interviewers, but her answers are repetitive. Why did you do it? Because here isn't big enough. Not when you've seen there. Big enough for what? Why do you think the TV can see them? Because they're everywhere. They're all through us. And we're not big enough. And it hurts. We've seen a lot of instances by now of television evil and its syndicated forms online, but what about the domain of the internet itself? With all the talk about the dark web, there's got to be some kind of horror lurking around down there. And while the dark web is mainly the territory of severely illegal and immoral activities, there is something a bit more sinister and sentient hiding in the shadows below your favorite websites. He is known as He Who Waits Behind the Wall. Others refer to him as the Nesbertian hive mind. And no matter where you go or how safe you think you are, just know that still, he comes. Zalgo is the infector and desecrator of everything you know and love, and he poisons what you enjoy from behind the wall of the internet. Comics, drawings, animations, videos, stories, messages. If it's electronic and connected to the web, Zalgo can sink his claws into it. A Zalgo infection is usually marked by several black tentacles and highly corrupted audio in the event that audio is present. There may also be blood, intense gore, and the transformation of innocent characters into hideous abominations with several eyes, mouths, and limbs. The kind of gritty, possessed text form that's recently become popular is known as Zalgo text and can now be generated on several websites. For the best example of Zalgo's power and methods of corruption, it's best to view the 2011 Flash animation by his creator, the artist and animator known as Shmorky. A link will be available in the description to see the animation, or you can click here now to be taken to the page. What does Shmorky have to say about Zalgo? Zalgo is something horrible. Zalgo is something that's coming. It's coming soon. Due to the mystery around the character, not much is known about Zalgo, but rest assured, he is there, beyond the realm of understanding, crawling through the web, looking for an opportunity to break through the surface and meet a user at their desk or in their bed. Zalgo is horrible, and Zalgo is coming. And with that, I'm afraid we've reached the bottom of this year's candy bowl. We've walked through the woods with Twigs and the Seed Eater and made a few other friends along the way, though we didn't catch their names. Down in the playroom, we met the Builder Bear and Rupert, who have their own unique ideas of fun. And finally, we ended our course with a good binge-watching session of TV from the Beyond, as well as a stroll through demon-possessed digital territory. Not a bad haul for this year's trick-or-treating in the Night Mine neighborhood. But as always, my appetite only grows stronger. I've had fun here tonight and I hope you have too. But next year, I want a bigger, fiercer array of treats to bring. Monsters in the Woods, haunted toys, twisted television shows, and evil online are all well and good. But there's a wide, awesome world of undiscovered horror and mystery out there. I want to have a bigger, better Candy Bowl special next year, and when it comes, I want to honor the awesome creations you have made. The next Slender Man, Marble Hornets, Habit, Everyman Hybrid, Observer, Tribe 12, Five Nights series, or Undertale. It's within you, the developing creator. Whether you're a writer, an artist, a game developer, or any type of creator whatsoever, you have it in you to make something truly fantastic and inspire legions of others. I've had a lot of viewers say that they hope one day they could make something I think is good enough to cover in a video. The truth is, I feel the same way, but in a sort of reverse. I hope that one day you make something so great, I feel honored to make a video covering it. But until then, we continue with our investigations into everything dark, creepy, horrifying, and mysterious that's currently waiting to be dissected and analyzed. The Night Mine never stops. It just takes a quick break until the moonlight comes back. So to all of you bats, cats, owls, and rats, thanks for joining me in the dark this evening on the first ever Candy Bowl special. If you enjoyed the treats we collected tonight, you can let me know by hitting the like button and can also leave a comment below. You can catch more videos on monsters, creatures, and beasts by hitting the subscribe button as well. And just in case I find any more candy laying around, you might want to follow me on Twitter and Tumblr so I can share it with you. That's all for now, friends. Once more, I'm Nick Nocturne, and like a creature lurking outside your house, that toy you thought you tossed in the trash, and an old TV show whose name you can't quite remember, I'll be seeing you again real soon. Sleep tight.